Good evening to Doctor and my fellow friend. Today we are inviting Dr. Izuddin as our hero for this interview. I think it will be good if we start with introducing ourselves. My name is Azra Deni. Doctor can call me Azra. We are from Unike Almestage. Let me pass to my other members.
My name is Elderia Jimmy Anagundi. Doctor can call me Jimmy.
Hi, my name is Anis Humaira. Doctor can call me Anis.
And my name is Nazatul Alia. Doctor can call me Nazatul.
Okay. Actually, for this assignment, we need to interview someone that inspire us. I want to ask some questions. My first question is, what is the best advice you ever received?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good night. Since this interview is conducted at night, that's why I'm casually dressed. Okay. This is my son, Aiden. Okay. Hello everyone. So the best advice. When I first saw the questions, I was like, okay, I have to like dig deep into my mind, because throughout I've been working and studying for like most of my life, and throughout those years, I've been receiving a lot of advice, and I could not like pinpoint which one is the best one, but one of the advice that instantly comes to my mind is not really an advice, but so-called like um, an a words of encouragement, which is you do you. Do you know what it means? You do you means you just be yourself, be confident in who you are, in your skin. We are born into this world with our own uniqueness. Okay, everyone is different. There's not a single person who is the same. Everyone have their own advantages. Everyone has their own disadvantages. We have our own strength. We have our own weaknesses. So you just be yourself. You do you. I mean, whatever that you like to do, whatever that you love, or whatever that you think is best for you, then go for it. There is no need to, follow what others are doing, or be pressured to follow what is in trend. Okay, so that built me into who I am. I mean, the person that said that to me was my sister, because growing up, I've often been bullied. So my sister understands me very well, and she said, "Just be yourself. You do you." So that's what I am. I've been always been myself, and it takes me to where I am today.
Okay, I like the advice. My second question is,
Sorry?
the one who inspire you and why?
Okay, there's a lot of inspiration throughout my life. I've been blessed with a lot of idols, mentors, and whatnot. But I think the one that inspired, there's two actually. I cannot choose between these two. The first one is apparently both of them are my project supervisors during my studies. One is Professor Dr. Ahmad Rohi from UKM, where I did my undergraduate bachelor's degree project under him. He was the one who instilled that interest in me to become a researcher in pharmacology. I'm not good in pharmacology. I don't get A's in pharmacology, and it was a coincidence that I was paired with him. And initially, I was not interested at all. But he's so nice. He's so well. Not to say nice in the sense that he's very soft and whatnot, but he's sometimes sarcastically. The story is me and my partner, a Chinese friend, we are doing a project with him, and I was lagging behind, and he sarcastically said something I couldn't remember, which pushed me to do more, or because I'm kind of like lagging behind in the project. So he kind of like inspired me to go ahead and work harder, and I did, and eventually I got top of the class for the project, and we kept on in contact until now. That was like I graduated in my bachelor's degree in 2003. Now it's 2021. What? It's almost 20 years, but we're still in contact until today. My FYP supervisor. The second inspiration is my PhD supervisor, which I'm still in contact until now as well. We are doing research together. He is someone that I hope to be as an academician. He's not only inspiring. I've never seen a lecturer who is so nice and earn the respect of his student. My style, when I was doing, before I did my PhD, I'm very stern. I'm very, how to say, students are afraid of me. I often scold my students if they did not do their assignments as expected and whatnot. But I learned that you can earn the respect of students by being nice. So so when I came back from PhD, I changed my ways. Not changing who I am, but the approach with students. You can still be likable, but at the same time be firm in your decisions, in your teaching and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, congrats, Tutor, to be your top one in your project.
Thank
The
you.
next, okay. The next question I pass to my friend, which is Jimmy.
First question from me is, what is the hardest lesson you ever learned?
Obviously, the hardest lesson is failure, right? Okay. If you've not failed, you will not appreciate success. Okay, this is a true story. In my PhD, when I was in my third year, was it my third year? Whereby, of course, when we are doing PhD, we have to design our own project, and we have to do things independently without relying to our supervisor and whatnot. So there's this parameter or this method which I've been working for 1 year, but at the end of the day, I got nothing. My results are rubbish. You imagine 1 whole year doing something and the outcome is negative. I was so down. I was disappointed, frustrated. I don't know what to do. But I thought to myself, this failure is actually not really, it got me thinking in the sense that in science, a negative result is also a result. Okay, if I don't, if I did not achieve these negative results, people won't know that the way we do things like this results in a negative results. Does that make sense? What I did, the negative outcome from what I did will mean something to somebody else, meaning that they won't repeat the same thing, or they learn from my mistakes. So and from that, I redesigned my project, and eventually I finished on time. I did not think I would be able to finish on time, but I did. So there is nothing wrong with experiencing failure. It just keeps you moving, and if you don't experience failure, you will never appreciate success.
My second question is, describe a defining moment in your life.
I think it's funny because that defining moment actually happens only 3 days ago, whereby I was promoted as an associate professor. Um, um, in Unique Tech, we've only had one professor. We had one associate professor who they joined as that in they joined with that position, but there has been never any lecturers being promoted from senior lecturer to associate professor. And myself and Dr. Riza, our dean, we were the first two being promoted to this position. It takes a lot of hard work. My passion in becoming a lecturer is because I love teaching and I love to do research, but I also love to mingle with students. That's why I'm the director for Campus Lifestyle Division. We take care of students. We organize programs, sports programs, welfare and whatnot. So I love a lot of things as a lecturer, teaching, researching, and student activities. So I'm very much involved in all of this aspect of being a lecturer, and I believe it's why I'm being promoted as associate professor. People often think that this professorship is only based on research, but no, you have to be involved in a lot of activities. You have to balance academic, research, administrative responsibilities. Only then you'd be able to be promoted. So I'm very blessed, and yeah, I now have a associate professor to my title.
Congratulations for having the associate professor title. And my
Thank you.
last question is, what is your biggest accomplishment?
Of course, being promoted as associate professor is one, but another proud moment in my life is, hold on, is this little fella. He's my biggest accomplishment, my son.
I understand why you say that your son is your biggest accomplishment. Can I ask you, what is your personal motto?
I don't really have a term or a sentence or whatever, but my probably I would say take that chance. Because in my life, if I'm often given the opportunity, which sometimes is, something that is something new, something that I don't know whether I can do it. For example, being in this position, I never thought that outside of teaching and doing research, I'd be able to be involved in student activities. We call it student affairs, extracurricular activities. And suddenly, I got a call and saying that we wanted someone with research or critical thinking skills to lead the alumni relations of UniKL. And I was like, why me? I'm a researcher, I'm an academician. I've never been involved in student development programs, or I do, but I not administratively. But I took that chance because I wanted to try something new. There's actually a lot of examples where I took a chance. So I think my motto is to just be brave and take that chance. If something new or a challenge come your way, don't be afraid. Just if you think that you can do it, just go for it. Or even if you think that you can't do it, but you know there's a future in that particular road, just take that chance and go for it.
Yeah, I really like your personal motto. It's like it's really encouraging and it's very motivating. Can I ask you, how do you solve your problems when you are facing a hard time?
How do I solve problems? What kind of problems?
Like when do you tend to solve it by yourself or do you tend to ask for help from somebody else?
If it's a work related problems, normally, because I prefer a teamwork environment, so I normally ask for opinion. And I don't think being an individual, although we are an individual, but we live in a community. So if there's a problem, I think you have to talk and discuss. So yeah.
Yeah, so do you prefer teamwork more than individual lah?
Yes, of course.
What about you, Naza? Do you have any question to ask the doctor?
Yeah, I also have a few questions, which is, how do you overcome your stress?
It's not about overcoming, it's managing your stress. Everyone, I mean, like everyone will experience stress, either you are a student or if you are working, everyone will experience it one way or another. It's just about how you manage your stress. I think you don't really, I mean, how do I say this, you can't overthink whatever that caused the stress. It's about managing it by first, of course, you need to solve, in order to solve it, you need to manage it, whether you need to talk to people, call someone that you are easy to talk with, and simply don't keep it to yourself. When you keep it to yourself, the stress builds up, so it's not healthy. So I think the best way to manage your stress is to simply talk and manage it, and admit that you are having that stress. So when you talk to someone and perhaps do something that you like, just break away from whatever that stresses you, work or study, do something that you love, play games, sing, listen to music, whatsoever. I think it would be able, I mean, you would be able to manage it. Yeah, but the key thing is not to keep it to yourself. Yeah.
So next question is how you divide your time between work and your everyday life.
Um, it's not easy. In my position, it's not easy. Sometimes I'd have to bring work back home, but like again, it's just going with the flow. Um, when you bring work back to your home, so you have to compensate that time, because I have a family, I have my son, so it's very important that you spend time with your family as well. But I'm a workaholic, but I mean, you have to set your priority. Okay, of course family comes first, but at the same time, my work is what keeps me, my work is the is what provides the food to my family, right? So I have to balance family and work equally. which is not an easy thing to do being in my position, but you must always find that quality time with your family, even you are burdened with your seriousness in terms of work.
Oh, I love when I had it from you, which is just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I pass it to Anis.
We are very grateful to be able to interview for today. You have given us a very clear overview of the position, and it is very meaningful and helpful to us.
Maybe I can just say one last thing. If if you listen to what I've been saying from the beginning, it's always about not taking life too seriously. Of course, life is serious. I mean, like your work and your study, but you just have to like go with the flow, take chances, um, explore the world, talk to your friends, do things that you like or you love, aside from, of course, studying and working. But just go ahead and do what you love, take chances, break rules. No, I'm not saying break whatever rules that that is being said, but just, I mean, you only live once, and you're gonna miss that study life once it's over. So do whatever that you love to do, and explore life and take chances. Be brave and do what you love. Inshallah, uh, one day you will be whoever that you desire to be. And I wish all of you good luck and all the best.
I present this group to thanks for giving us the opportunity to interview you. And your interview will be very helpful to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Jazz me up inside, I'm breaking down. And all the things you used to say, you